Hello and welcome back to my channel guys. I am Vagisha Mishra. I review and decode beauty pageants at my channel. So consider hitting subscribe button if you haven't already, because you will be the first to get notified whenever a video goes live at my channel. So today I am here to talk about the falling and the rising contestants at Miss Universe 2020. So it has been 5 days since the competition has begun, and now we have seen different contestants becoming a part of different sponsor shoots. Swimsuit portraits are being shot by Fadil Barisha, and it really sounds so much exciting and enthralling to me. And after following all the contestants, not only through their social media handles, but also through other contestants' social media handles, and also behind the scenes videos which are being out by the different sponsors and also at the Miss Universe official channel. So I am so excited to share what I think about different contestants and who on my radar have been falling down my list, and who are the new entries who are surprising me with their ultimate vigor and enthusiasm. So without further ado, let's get started, and let's just start on a positive note by sharing some of my favorite surprises from this edition of Miss Universe. And after these contestants have landed in Miami, Florida, I am really impressed because I did not expect them to do so much good and better, and I'm very happy to talk about them. So let's not wait for even more moments, and let's start with the pleasant surprises of Miss Universe 2020. Starting off my list with Great Britain. I think I am super impressed and pleasantly surprised by Great Britain this time, because I had her in my radar when I watched her up close and personal video. But after she landed in Miami, I have to say that whether she speaks or whether she poses for the picture, she definitely stands out in the crowd. Whosoever is surrounding her, she has that vibe to engrip the people's mind with her ultimate grace and sophistication. Also, apart from that, I have to say that she was picked as one of the contestants who shot for the official cosmetic partner of Miss Universe. And these sponsor shows do really matter a lot, because sponsors ultimately have a huge say to tell who should go further in the semifinals. And considering that she was the part of the cosmetic sponsor shoot, she can definitely grab attention of the sponsors who are present there at the venue. And apart from that, she was also one of the 4 contestants who were selected to meet the reigning Miss Universe, Josie Bini Tunzi. So these are the additional, cherry points. But apart from that, I have to say that she has a very mesmerizing personality, and she actually grabs the attention of anyone by the charismatic words she speaks, because she's very wise, but at the same time she sounds quite humble and rooted, and these are the qualities we look forward in any contestant who go forward to any beauty pageant. Next contestant who has made it to my list of the pleasant surprises is none other than Bianca Tirson from Romania. Now, Romania, I would not say that she was a surprise, because I had her in my list in the pre-arrivals and also in the previous leaderboards, which I had been doing much before then Miss Universe pageant already began or was about to begin. But nonetheless, when she actually reached the venue, because when we start giving more attention to the small sashes, usually what happens when a girl arrives at the pageant venue, she gets lost in the crowd, which was not the case with Bianca, and I'm so happy about it, because Bianca was super prepared and she looks very confident, which is very important, because belonging to a small sash does give you a little bit of pressure whether you're going to place or not. But Bianca is simply enjoying her each and every moment, and that makes me love her even more. Apart from that, the outfits which she has been wearing in the 4 or 5 days of the pageant, I think the colors she chooses to wear or her organization is giving her instead, they are complementing her beauty. She is very fit, model-esque, and the bright colors which she's wearing is reflecting her poised and magnetic aura in a very beautiful way. The color pink and the color violet and lavender accentuates her beauty, and I have to say that she is quite remarkable in the crowd. Apart from that, she was also chosen for a sponsor shoot by Miss Universe organization, and this is certainly a positive note. The next contestant who is rising on my radar is none other than Miss Cameroon. Now, I have spoken about her in my pre-arrival leaderboard, but after she has landed in Miami, I have to say that she is simply stunning, and she actually slays the audience by her aura and her personality, because she has a lot of personality and she really fits in the mold of the ING kind of Miss Universe title holder, which the organization is looking forward to these days. Now, when I look at her walk, I think the walk is not completely up to the mark, but when we talk about her personality, I think she is mesmerizing and she should not be left ignored. And I think she's good enough to garner a placement from Africa and Asia Pacific region if the selection is based on the continental system. Now, let me talk about another interesting fact. Just like Great Britain, Cameroon was also one among the 4 shortlisted finalists to meet the reigning Miss Universe Zozibini Tunisi. And I think when you are competing in a pageant where about 70 or 80 women are competing along with you, these little instances where you're picked up and you are getting the spotlight, you're getting highlighted, these are definitely the win-win kind of situations for you. So Cameroon, for that matter, watch out for her. Now up next I have Jamaica. Now I have had Jamaica in my pre-arrival leaderboard and I was simply impressed by her on day 1 of the arrivals, and if you have watched my previous videos, you know that I actually liked her look on the arrival day. Now when we talk about Jamaica, I think she has a very impressive and very demanding kind of personality, because the kind of persona she reflects with her walk, with her talk and with her overall presence, it certainly demands attention, and that's definitely a positive thing. So she is rising on me because she is not getting lost in the crowd, but at the same time she is garnering all kind of attention which she can while she's enjoying her moment at the pageant. She also looked super gorgeous in the welcome dinner, and I think she definitely is going to go a very long way. Now next in line we have Curacao. Curacao, Chantal Beers, was one among my favorites before the pageant actually began, and if you have watched my pre-arrival leaderboard, I would not say pre-arrival leaderboard, but Miss Universe hot picks which I had been making in the month of November or December, I had Curacao in my list. Even in the leaderboard which I made last year in July or August, I had her in my list. Now Curacao belongs to a country which is not very well known in the world of pageantry, but still when we talk about Curacao in last few years at Miss Universe pageant, they have placed on and off quite many times, and this time as well I feel Curacao is all set to bring one placement at least. I think her outfits are stunning and she gets all the attention whenever she is walking down the hotel lobby. All the pageant vloggers who are present there to cover the pageant, they actually look forward to her presence, and she has that star quality which makes me like her more and more. So if I observe her overall personality and also the BTS videos which I have been seeing from different contestants' social media handles or even at the Miss Universe channel, I think Curacao is doing a fabulous job. So Curacao is rising. Next I have my neighboring country, Nepal. Nepal had been in my radar before the pageant began, but I must confess this, that I did not really expect that Nepal is going to do so good at Miss Universe. I mean, they have done exceptionally well at a pageant like Miss World, where Beauty with a Purpose projects are involved, but when it comes to the Miss Universe pageant, I wasn't really expecting this huge performance and participation from Nepal's side. I have to admit that all of the looks she has been donning in the previous events, in the pre-pageant activities, or be it dinner or any gathering kind of events, she stands out in the crowd. She has a very tall and modellist feature, and she is facially stunning as well, and the kind of wardrobe and accessories she has been wearing, it actually makes her beauty even more accentuated. And I definitely feel that Nepal in the last few years have placed it at Miss Universe pageant. So with ING, we cannot say that certain sashes are hyped or certain sashes are preferred. As I spoke about it in my previous videos as well, just like Miss World, now the sash factor is slowly and gradually getting diminished at Miss Universe. I'm not saying that it is completely diminished, but to some extent we can say that the sash factor now merely does not play a huge role. And this is what I get to feel when I see Anushka Sharma. Again, you will be very proud and happy to know that she was also one among the shortlisted contestants to meet the reigning Miss Universe Zozibini Tunzi. Now, apart from that, if you look at the outfits and the looks which she had been donning in different events, I think she has a very much glamorous appeal and a star quality which anybody would look forward to in any beauty pageant. Now, she knows how to pose, she has a very good body, and she has that presence which demands all the attention. So with this kind of participation, I think there is no question why Nepal cannot place at Miss Universe. Definitely they are going to place, and considering how hard and tough fight there is between the Asia Pacific and African continent, it must be a very tough job for the selectors to come forward and choose the best among the best. So Anushka Sharma is surely going to place, and I am believing that she is rising above miles and miles beyond my expectations and beyond all our expectations. Now, another contestant who is rising for me in terms of facial beauty and stage presence is Miss Netherlands. Now, when I talk about Miss Netherlands, I still don't feel that she has the power to get a top 10 placement, but I definitely feel that if she steps forward and she comes outside her comfort zone, she can definitely garner a place, a spot in top 21. Now, next in line, I have Dominican Republic, Kimberly Geminis, and I had been very much confused whenever I thought about Dominican Republic in terms of placement, because at some moments, at some point of time, I feel that she is very prepared because she has that star quality and she exudes a lot of charm and oomph and vigor. But apart from that, when I observe her, I still remember that now Miss Universe organization is looking for somebody whom they can relate with. And whenever we watch contestants who are very much preoccupied with cosmetics, makeup, you don't get to feel that much connected with that particular contestant, because we want a story. We want some similar lines on which we can relate to the queen. But nonetheless, I think after her appearance in Miami, Florida, when she started her journey at the Miss Universe competition, I think few of her looks are very good and they definitely grab attention. And especially if you talk about the cosmetic sponsor shoot which she has shot for Miss Universe lately, I think she looked absolutely mesmerizing in that shoot. She looked beautiful. Now, other than her, I think Panama Carmen Jaramillo, she is also rising on me. Now, I have said this time and again in my previous videos, especially the videos which I did last year, that Carmen have a pageant experience and she knows how to project herself into the camera, and having a very good body and a very beautiful face, she knows how to talk, she knows how to walk. We can actually look at a very strong participation from Panama. And after arriving in Miami, she has actually stunned when she stepped forward for the cosmetic sponsor shoot and whenever she gathered for a group picture with other contestants. So Panama definitely can get a placement. Now, up next I have Barbados. Now, Barbados has not placed at Miss Universe at all, if I'm not wrong. And if we talk about this representative, I think with her stunning and charismatic personality, she has that caliber to garner a placement at Miss Universe pageant. So she is still yet to show more about her personality and show more what she is like in reality as a person. But having a look at her overall, surface level personality, I can certainly say that she is definitely having that some spark which we cannot frame in words, which we cannot frame into sentences, but there is something it factor in her that screams a lot of attention. So looking at her overall personality, I think Barbados can certainly garner a placement. Now apart from Barbados, I also like Myanmar. When I talk about Myanmar, the moment I had been clubbing all together Asian contestants, and I made a video also, a review video on Asian contestants for Miss Universe, I was in a state of confusion whether to include Myanmar or not. And as I have said time and again, like when we talk about the Asia Pacific continent, there are so many stunners. Like we have India, we have Philippines, we have Thailand, we have Indonesia, we have Cambodia, we have Japan. I mean, who are you going to ignore? They are all so good. And when we talk about Myanmar, she's equally good. But my point of view here is that now she is shining above many of the prominent and hyped contestants. I'm not going to just reveal who are the hyped contestants because I'm still waiting to do that in my final predictions for Miss Universe pageant. But nonetheless, when I talk about Myanmar, coming back to Myanmar, I think she has that star quality and she shines irrespective of the outfit she's wearing. She shines in the crowd. She has that it factor which is very much needed to shine in a pageant, and you cannot definitely tell that what that it factor is, because usually when girls come to me, they ask me what is that it factor which we need to have in order to shine in pageants. You cannot put it up in words, girl, and it's all about a contestant who, when she steps into the stage or when she comes ahead of you, you look at her and you see and you say that yes, she has something in her. So that is something which I see in Myanmar, and I definitely feel that she can garner a placement. Now let's quickly come to the contestants who disappointed me and are falling down my list. I'm still not saying that they're out of top 21, but again I had much more expectations from these contestants. So let's start with, you know whom I'm talking about. Yes, we are talking about United States of America. Now if you have watched my pre-arrival leaderboard, I had USA at number 9, and now I definitely regret this. It's not only about her arrival look, where she arrived in Miami in her slippers and in a very casual dress, but when I look at her overall outfit and her looks, I mean, the contestants work upon their lookbooks for over and over a year, and they are very careful in the first initial days of the pageant. And now, Miss Universe pageant is only a very short kind of pageant. They have only 1 week or 10 days kind of pageant, and in these 10 days it's up to you what kind of impression are you going to leave behind. But when we talk about United States of America at the pageant, despite of having such a strong sash and having and representing a country which has already won maximum number of Miss Universe titles till now, it's very surprising to see USA being so laid back and so relaxed in terms of the competition. It is the fiercest editions of Miss Universe in last few years. How can you be so laid back? And when I saw her look for the welcome dinner, I was utterly disappointed by United States of America. I'm still saying this, that she speaks very well. She has that it quality when she talks about anything, when she gives her on-stage question answer. But the on-stage question and answer quality is not the only thing you require to win a pageant like Miss Universe. You need so many things beyond that. And looking at her performance, I don't know if she has improved or not, but if we talk about her national pageant performance, she definitely was a little bit laid back in that as well. So now I'm worried that whether if it's not the sash of USA, I mean, she's definitely going to place because she represents USA, but if she had been representing any other country, I'm very sure that we were not even talking about her. Now nonetheless, let's come to Indonesia. Now, Ayu Maulidah is a stunning lady and her organization is putting a lot of efforts on her, but definitely she is lacking that star quality, that it factor, because although trying her best, although she's giving her best efforts, but if You look at her overall presence. If you talk about her stories or her social media handle where she is putting up her videos, I still feel that Indonesian queens have given much better performance than Ayu in the previous editions. And when we talk about Indonesia, now the bars are set so high that we cannot expect anything lower than that. So that is the reason why I'm still not very much convinced with Ayu Molida's participation, and I had been defending her since many times. The time when I had been preparing my leaderboards previously for Miss Universe, I have always had her in top 10 or top 15. But now I think she's falling down that list, and if she is really eager to stick to that momentum or maintain her consistency for the pageant, maintain Indonesia's consistency at Miss Universe pageant, she has to work really hard. Now this could also be possible that this is only my opinion, but I'm anyway here to share what I feel about anything, and you may differ on this with me. But again, we definitely look for something extra when it comes to the most important pageant in the world, or in the universe rather, the Miss Universe pageant. Okay, now let's talk about another contestant whom I feel is falling down my list. So we have Spain. Now when I talk about Spain, I think her personality is good, her appearances, her looks are amazing, but when it comes to her walk, I think I am not very much convinced that she walks like she glides effortlessly on the stage, and it's very important when you are competing at a huge scale pageant like Miss Universe. So the walk is the only thing which has disappointed me after her arrivals. Now the next contestant whom I think is falling down my list is Canada. Now when I talk about Canada, I had been few of those pageant analysts who were advocating Canada right from the beginning, and having a look at her background, I still am very much impressed by her background, and I still respect all the things which she has achieved in her life and all the struggles which she has overcome. But nonetheless, when you talk about pageantry, you need to sideline yourself from the unnecessary drama and gossips. Now, if you had a look at the previous controversy of the bullying and racist comments which Nova Stevens had received on her social media, you must be very much well aware that she shared few comments in Tagalog at her social media handle. Now my problem is not that she's addressing that issue. It's very important to address the issue and get the trollers called out for, but nonetheless, when you talk about these kind of controversies, it actually is a little bit biased, because she later on clarified that it was not only her intention to highlight the Tagalog comments and attack the Filipino community, but you have to sideline yourself from doing so, because as Pia Wurtzbeck has quoted, the think before you click. So she definitely called out all these racist comments, but why she highlighted only the comments which were written in Tagalog, which were written by the Filipino people? Because I'm very sure that the people from other countries have also insulted and left a very racist comment on her pictures. But why not highlight those comments? So I felt a little bit awkward when I saw those comments being highlighted in Tagalog. She also criticized Bianca Tirsin for getting involved in a photo shoot, calling it out a very racist kind of photo shoot. I definitely agree that she is standing as a spokesperson and she's standing up for the right advocacies. But again, if you keep on calling out controversies time and again, and you keep on hating on your contestants, because Rabia Mateo also apologized for on the behalf of the Filipino fans to Nova Stevens. Now that is something which makes me trigger that it's not necessary to keep on calling out your fellow contestants on few little things. I'm not saying that racism can be tolerated. Definitely it should not be tolerated, but there is a way to deal with things, and despite of all of these things, I feel that she can place, but she is now falling down my list, and I don't see her in the winner radar as of now. Now the last contestants whom I'm very much disappointed with in the initial few days is Peru, because if you have watched my pre-arrival leaderboard, you know that she was on number 1 in my list. But after she has arrived in Miami, I think her interaction with her fellow contestants is quite limited. I'm not seeing her along with the front runners of the Miss Universe 2020 competition, because it's very important to get click with the front runners and show that how you look when you are besides them. So that is something which is intriguing me, because I am very much disturbed by the fact that she is getting lost and subsumed in the crowd. She's not standing out, she's not emerging like a winner should. So that is my only concern. But having said that, I still feel that she has the potential to bounce back and garner a top 5 placement for Peru at Miss Universe. So these are my list of the rising and the falling stars of Miss Universe 2020. Do let me know in the comment section who are the contestants whom you think are rising or falling in these few 5 days of Miss Universe 2020 pageants. And I'll be coming up with more videos very soon. I mean, I try my best to come up with more videos as soon as I get any scoop, any update of Miss Universe 2020. So stay tuned and also hit that bell icon so you know that whenever a video goes live at my channel, you will be the first one to get notified. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.